I was listening to the Trill Talk in the Morning Show, and shout out to Black 7 8 and CC. And when I clicked on it, they were talking about this story right here. Now, if you don't know who this is Alleah Taylor. She is the, as far as we know, ex-girlfriend of Chad Wheeler. We all know the story about that, where he pretty much brutally beat her and damn near left her for dead right there in the apartment because she would not bow down to him when he demanded that she do. Well, now she has decided to speak out in her first interview ever. And as you can see by her eye, she's still healing. You know, he definitely broke a vessel in her eye because that's the only way that her eye could look like that. And we're going to see what she says. I have not read the article yet. This is all fresh and new to me. I actually stopped listening to the show so I could come over here and do my own commentary about it because I already knew I was going to talk about it. Okay. It says, the woman who claims she was brutally beaten by NFL lineman Chad Wheeler is speaking out about the incident, saying he couldn't care less about her after nearly beating her to death. We could see that. The woman, Alleah Taylor, sat down with CBS's reporter Jerika Duncan to describe the January 22nd incident, which ended with her being hospitalized for serious injuries. I had touched my face and I had looked down and there was blood on my hand, Taylor said in the interview, which airs Wednesday. And I remember getting up and running to the bathroom. Chad was standing by the bed, by the doorway, and he was sipping his smoothie, and he was like, "Wow, you're still alive?" Taylor says she's grateful the 6'7", 315-pound lineman stopped the attack, but she says the NFL player acted like it was no big deal. "I'm grateful he didn't grab me in the moment. I was able to run to the bathroom. He went back to the living room and continued to eat. I had texted his dad, too, and told him that Chad was trying to kill me." Now, listen to that part right there. And this is the part of the video where I had to actually stop when I was listening to their broadcast when they were talking about it, because this is the part that I was waiting to get to. Notice that she texted his dad. She contacted his dad. She didn't contact her dad. She didn't contact a brother if she has any older brothers or any brother, period, a male cousin or anything like that. She contacted his dad. Now that right there raises questions for me. Why would you contact the father of the person who just brutally beat you and could have damn near killed you? Like, why didn't you call anybody else? Like, what made you in your mind and in that moment, first instinct, that the first person that you was going to call was the father to your boy, at the time, your boyfriend, after he just wrecked you? I don't mean to say it like that, but it is what it is. Chad's dad called him while he was eating and I was in the bathroom, and he answered and he didn't have any worry at all. Chad was like, "I'm just eating dinner, nothing's going on," and that terrified me. So basically, after she got off the phone with his dad, the dad called him and he just had a casual conversation, right there. Now, there was reports going out that they said Chad Wheeler was on meds, like he had bipolar disorder or some type of mental health illness or whatever. But he was not taking his meds. I'm to believe that she knew he was on meds and she had to have known he wasn't taking them. And the fact that he was able to just beat her like that so badly and then go back to eating after saying, "While you're still alive," and then go back and eat like nothing happened. And then when his dad calls him, he still acts nonchalant like nothing happened, lets you know that he's not all well in the head. And they're going to play on that. They're going to play on that a lot. And they're probably going to try to throw it on her and saying, how could you as a girlfriend not be on top of him when it comes to his medication? Like, you just let the mess just sit there and you don't make him take it. I can see that happening. Wheeler was later arrested and hit with 3 criminal charges, including first-degree domestic violence assault, over the incident. It took 3 cops to subdue him in a wild struggle documented in the police reports. The NFL player, who blamed all of his actions on a quote-unquote manic episode, pled not guilty to the charges at a hearing in a Washington courtroom on Monday. So this is the testimony. Well, I guess you could say the first interview from the girlfriend, whose name we now know is Alleah Taylor. I'm still stuck on the fact that she called her boyfriend's father first. Like, does she not have a good relationship with her family that she had to call Chad Wheeler's dad instead of her own dad? Does she not live around family or what have you or anything like that? And I'm willing to bet that this is not the first time that there has been a domestic issue between the two of them. However, this is probably the first time it got this far, where it got this dangerous to the point where she could have died. Like, I would not be surprised, because it's no way that this could have been the first time that something like this happened. Like, you know, usually when it comes to domestic disputes, it's in stages. It starts off maybe, you know, verbally, then it starts more to a tap, then more into a slap, then it becomes more aggressive to like more punching, then it becomes to throwing somebody, and then leads into what he did, which was all of what I just said, plus strangulation. And then questioning if she was still alive. And see, the thing is, the reason he pled not guilty is because he's trying to blame it on that manic episode. And they're going to play off of that. They're going to play off of, he didn't take his meds, he has this mental health disorder, and he wasn't himself when he did this. And they're going to literally lean on that. The defense is going to lean heavily on that. Will it work? Considering the history of how these courtrooms are ran today, possibly. Because if Chad Wheeler was black, like, you know how with Ray Rice, he wouldn't stand a chance. He wouldn't get the benefit of the doubt. But I see the setup coming. And like I said, I won't be surprised if he walks away from this. Now, on her part, if she decides to go back to him, that's on her. If she was smart, she would get out now if she hasn't gotten out already. That's the best thing that she could definitely do at this point. And look, like I said, look at his size. He's 6'5", 315 pounds. I think they said she's like 5'9", 145 or something like that. That's a huge difference in height and weight. And he plays football. Without the pads, look at all the damage he was able to do. Imagine if he was beating her ass and he had his equipment on. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video on that note. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure you text that number pinned down in the comments below so you can receive notifications every time I upload a new video.